Okay, so the review for the chapter 6 test. So the first 4 problems are going to talk about, say, whether these pair of angles are supplementary or complementary. Remember, supplementary means that they add up to be
90.
no.
180.
Remember, S comes later in the alphabet, so there's more in the angle. 180 degrees. You never heard that? Then you weren't listening, because I definitely said it. Complementary. You watch the videos from before. I definitely put it on the video. You didn't watch the video if that's the case. Complementary adds up to 90. So they're just going to give you pairs of angle measures. Are they supplementary, complementary, or are they neither? So if they add up to 89 degrees, then they are
Complementary.
no.
You just said
I said if they add up to
90
89
degrees.
No, I said 89 degrees.
89?
Yes, 89. If you have like 77 and 19 degrees, are those supplementary, complementary, or neither?
Neither.
Neither, because they don't add up to 90 degrees. That's what you need. So that's the first 4. They're basically giving you freebies in the first 4. Can you add? Number 5 and 6. Oh, they're going to give you an angle measure. So like, let's say it is 72 degrees. And, well, I just wrote it down for a second. 72 degrees. And they're going to say, give its complement and give its supplement. So complement means
Okay, so it's how much plus 72 equals 180 and how much plus
yes. So for the complement one, it would be 18 degrees, and supplement it would be 18 plus 90, 108. The next 2. Oh, they're gonna draw some like angles here, and they're gonna say, hey, this is 15 degrees. What is this meant? What's this right here? Or they're gonna say, hey, they've got this right here, and they're gonna tell you some of this stuff. What is the unknown thing? Like, what is this one right here? So remember that if these right here are what kind of angles? They're vertical angles, which means they're the same. This and this would be the same as well. You got to use all those different things that you might know. When are angles vertical, meaning they're the same. When are they going to be supplementary or complementary, meaning they're the same. But all of these angles add up to be what? 360. So it's 180 for the straight line, 360 for all the way around. That's the first page, the first 8 problems, first 8 points. Number 9 and 10. 9 is going to be similar. You're going to have to use like the vertical angles and know that stuff adds up to be 180 and 360 to figure it out. 10 is going to have a triangle, and you're going to be basically told what 2 of the angle measures are, and you have to figure out what the third one is. But that's easy because you know all 3 of them add up to be, yeah, so if I say this one is 28 degrees and this one's 52 degrees, oh, that's too much. Let's say this one is, oh no, that's fine.
That one's 90 though. So
52, 28, that's going to be 90, which makes this one 90 as well. All the angles in a triangle add up to be
180.
180. So if this doesn't say it's a right angle and it asks you what this one is, then that's how you figure it out. Because 52 plus 28 is 90. There's only 90 degrees left.
That'd be weird if that was a question though.
It would be.
Yeah, 120.
Can I confirm or deny?
40.
You'll find out when you take the test. Number 11. Oh, it's one of these ones. So let's say you've got, let's say this is 85. $85, 10y, 9y. These are degrees, obviously.
Yes.
How do you figure out what y is?
I was just making sure that.
First of all,
So
what would you do to
180.
set this up in the first place?
Wait, I know how to do it. I know 180 minus 85. Which
How do
is,
I set it up? I want to know how to set it up first, not just how to do it.
Yeah.
180 equals what?
Did you guys have?
10y plus 9y
10y plus 9y
plus 85
we need to,
Do I have to do it this way or like?
yep,
So minus 85 on both sides. That's a backwards G.
you're backwards, G. 180 minus 85 is 95. 10y plus 9y is
19y
19y. We need to,
divide by 19 on both sides.
and then 95 divided by 19. Think. 100 divided by 20 is 5. And this is 95 divided by 19, so there's 1 less 5. So it's still 5. Y equals 5. So you gotta be able to figure out how that is. Now, can you just do it in your head and say like, okay, I want to do 180
Literally,
minus that?
all
You
you have to
basically
do-
just do all this stuff without setting up the
I'm
equation.
just saying, all you have to do is go 95 divided by 19.
Yep. So you're like, skipped ahead with it, but it's good to at least have an idea of how to work out this stuff. Because remember that other problem that you asked me about on the review, you had no idea how to do it because you didn't know how to set it up like this. If you don't know how to do that, then it's gonna trip you up on those other ones. Number 12. Oh man, that one's so much fun. Basically, it has, well, not quite like that.
Oh, it's 97.
Got stuff like this, and then it tells you, it might tell you like, hey, this one's 98 degrees, and this one is, make up a number, it's going to be making somewhat sense. 98 degrees, and let's say that is, what, 85 degrees, and then it says like, this one is 5z, and this one is 2z. How do I figure that one out?
So yeah, 360, so 360 equals 98 plus 8. 98 plus 85, plus 5 upside down x.
Z.
Uh,
Remember my 2's look like this, so I always make my z's with that in all of them, so that's how you tell the difference.
but can she just? Never mind.
I just don't.
85 plus 5z plus 2z.
I'm just gonna say add 7z because it's pretty easy to add those two together right away.
Okay.
98 plus 85 is
Pretty big number.
183. Think when you take 5 off of this, that gets you to 103. Add the 80 back, you get 183. If this is 180, think 180 plus 180, so there's 3 less than that, so it makes 177 equals 7z. Now it's not going to go in evenly because 7 doesn't even go into 18 evenly, so it's not going to go into 177 evenly. But let's see, 7 goes into 140 20 times, plus an extra 27. That's almost another 4 times. So 20, it's going to be about 24. Maybe a little bit more, maybe a little less. It'll work out exactly when you do it. I just made up the numbers, that's why it didn't work out exactly. Oh, that one's good. It's got something like that, and then tells you, hey, this is 30, this one is 50, and then it wants to know what this is, if this is like 4n.
Okay.
So what's n?
50 plus 30.
Which is 80, okay.
So it's 180 minus 80 is 100. 100 divided by 5.
Why is it 180 minus 80?
Because all of that, I'm trying to figure out what this thing is.
Okay, so this is 100? Yeah, because 100 plus 80, because you're trying
Even
to
though
get...
it's 90. I mean, it looks like
It looks like 90, it's not.
And then 100, so
So this must be what now? If this is 100, this is...
80.
Yep, remember that's a trick. If you have these two, then they are automatically equal, same thing with this. Same thing as that. So 80 degrees is 4n divided by 4, n is
20 or something.
20. Yep. It's actually not 20 degrees because there's a degree marker on there. But yeah, n is 20. 14. Gosh, that's a fun one. So let's say I got some parallel lines here. And this cuts across here. If this is 100, a little more than that. So 130. And oh no, this is way too easy. I can't believe I did this. If that's 130 and this is 2r minus 10, what's r?
Okay. Well, that's all 130. So,
This is equal because of what?
because they're alternate. No.
Not alternate, because they're on the same
Corresponding.
side. Corresponding angles, yep.
So that has to be 130, but it's minus 10, so 2r has to be 140.
130 equals 2r minus 10. Add 10 to both sides. So we got 140 equals 2r.
God.
R equals 70. Done. Now, this one is corresponding on the test. It might be alternate interior. It might be alternate exterior. It's your job just to know which one is which, and which one. How do you figure out which ones are the same, and which ones are either going to be supplementary to each other, so you can figure it out. The last two. I'm not going to give you anything more on it. My only clue on the last two is that one of the things is you need to extend the lines sometimes. So anytime they draw lines, like if they draw something like,
Because my clock is wrong.
and they're like, hey, this is parallel to this.
I usually do that.
Tell me what that is. You should be saying, hey, I'm going to extend these lines anywhere I can. Even extending these lines right here. Extend all the lines with me. So that you can say, all right, well, I know this and this are the same. So that means this and this is the same. And if I know that and that are the same, then, and I know what this is, well, then because all of them are going to be triangles, and then because all of them add up to be 180, then I can figure out this. And if I know what this is, then I can figure out what that is, and whatever it is. But that's my biggest clue with it, is that you have to keep on drawing extra things to it. And it's not going to be exactly that, but it'll be something similar to that, where you have to draw the extra things to be able to figure out where the problem is going. That's all I got. You should be ready to go if you study up on that stuff for the test.